kick out.
Oh,
Yes. So how have you been?
I've been good. Very good. How have you been?
Been good as well. Is it very good? It's just good
Me?
for me.
Unauliza ama unasema?
Tuendelee. Oh, nilikuwa naangalia Bitcoin kidogo. So last week we were looking at the Aussie dollar. Yeah, and tukasema in case we do breach this area to the upper side, then we'll be looking to see whether we challenge this area. We'll be challenging this area. So in 4 hours hatuwezi ona poa, but this was, we were supposed to get in after, let me see. Yeah, after tumevuka this to the upper side, these trend lines that tulichora hapa, because zilikuwa actually these trend lines were supposed to be very strong. So our main aim in this market was to wait and see whether it will come back right in and even make lower lows, but instead it breached to the higher side, na tulikuwa tumesema tutakuwa na provision ya hiyo in case it doesn't, it breaches this area to the upper side. See this area?
Yeah.
We were supposed to be looking at buys, and that is what exactly happened. So I was able to get in.
Ilipanda tu ikipanda, it didn't even pull back.
Yeah. So I took that leap of faith. Naona hata nini yangu iko huku. Naona hata stop loss yangu iko huku. So I took that leap of faith. I got in. Yeah, so I have that open position. Nilikuwa naomba isifungue na gapping initoe. Luckily it never did, so we're good. I believe it's time to get more entries. So I'll be waiting to see whether I get a retracement kidogo, then I get in, I get back in. Still.
You close your trade.
Pardon?
You close your trade.
Sija close.
Oh.
But nime trade stop loss yangu to break even.
Oh,
open.
So mtu anaweza ka open many position on the same currency.
Sheila, like who taught you? Like who taught you the basics of trading? Like that is what we do. That is what we do for a living, opening more positions. Like for example, if you got in here, imekama hapa, si ndio? Ika retrace, you add another position. Ikapanda tena, unangoja retracement, add another position. Hata kama ulikuwa unatumia losses ya 0.01, hapo kwa 0.03, by the time nafika hapa, the money you will have accumulated will be a lot compared to what you would have made with one lot size from here to here. Because utakuwa sasa nikawa unatumia lot size ya 3. So imagine someone who using a 10, a 0.10, a 50, a 0.50, a 0. I mean, a one lot size, a 2 or 3 or 4, depending with the account size. I mean, this is good money. And sometimes actually for me, sometimes you only need very few pips with good lot size na utoke kwa market to relax for the whole week or the whole month. So yeah, we as in quad positions is everything. We had positions. Sijai kuonyesha niko nime open a lot of positions for one currency. Like it happens all the time.
Yeah, I think I've actually seen it by the way.
Yeah, so I think ndo malilea maskio.
Yeah.
So I'll be looking to add more positions on that currency for I mean until
Nini tena?
naona kama ita retrace kidogo.
Retracement and still go back.
Actually sioni ikiretrace sana.
Yeah,
sioni ikiretrace sana. Naona kama ita go on.
Yeah.
So I think hata get in, I think I'll be willing to risk this amount to come back right in. So this will be my stop loss for today. Since I'll be the other currency, the other trade is already in profit. So hata ikikam pia zikuwe the same stop loss. I think I'll just have made this loss and lost whatever I've gained already, but my account will not be in a loss at all. Am I making sense?
You are making total sense. Kwani nini yako imeenda wapi?
Nimeguza mahali hata mimi sijui ni wapi.
Hata mimi I can enter that trade today. I'll watch out for it.
Yeah. So mimi apparently Euro USD ili close vizuri sana. Kidogo.
Unaongea?
Hapana.
Oh.
Kidogo tu. Okay, so Euro USD in the long run tumekuwa tukiangalia hata sell. I don't know whether unaona hiyo chart vizuri. Let me try this. Yes. So tulisema tumekuanga on a bearish market on the Euro USD. Ikapea double top, a very good double top here. We did capture some few good sells around here. I think the market did continue going down. Let me go in 4 hours. Yeah, this is it. I think ilikuwa huku then ikapanda. Then I managed to capture a few pips down here again. Because ilishindwa kupanda up to this area. Sijui kama ulikuwa umefanya analysis. Let me see whether you get it. Yeah, so unaona hapa ilikuwa imeform double top. So with a double top, having if hata wakati ilikuwa inapanda, I believe the first take profit for anyone would have been here. And if it breached this area to the upper side and remained at the upper side, then we would have confirmed it as a market reversal, but it never did. And so the market continued to go lower, which is a bearish market. And I think last week tukiangalia tulikuwa tunasema tuna anticipate after the gapping, closing of the gapping, we're anticipating to make lower lows. Actually, you are rooting for that. So did you get into this market?
No, I did not.
So for me, I did get into that trade. Currently, a very good trade. Did Isha hit take profit yangu this morning, and my take profit was determined by, let me see. Fibonacci imetoka wapi? Yeah, I was looking for this because this is a funny area, consolidation area. So I'm not sure whether it will breach this area to the downside, since this is a weekly chart. And so being a weekly chart, I know there were a lot of chaos here for this to be formed. And so normally unajua mi place take profit yangu either kama ni na target a support area, I target higher. I target an area higher. Na kama ni nini, what is it called? Kama ni resistance, I always target a bit lower. You see, for example, in this currency pair, if I had bought from here to here, it never reached this week, meaning I would be safer if I did take profit, my take profit here. Okay, some people will say I'm not minimizing on my profits that I should have, but for me, I always think of it as less risky, because previously nimewahi jipata situation where but ina remain a very small peep ndio it touch my take profit and then the market reverses, which is really painful.
Yeah.
sijui kaisha kuhapenia. So
Yeah.
so for me
Actually,
target hivyo. So today, for me today, I'll not be looking at any trade on this currency pair. Reason being, imefika place nilikuwa na target, and until ifanye market reversal kidogo, if I was to trade this right now, I would trade the market, what do you call it, the retracement. I would trade the retracement to somewhere here, or 50% of this movement from here to here. And then I'll be watching to see whether it makes lower lows, breaching this area to the downside, which I believe it will with time, but not today. I'm not positive on this market today. However, I'll be watching it. So for me, I'm out of this currency pair. I'm out of the Euro USD market. But again, like I said, we might get very good entries later during the day or tomorrow. So we'll be watching out for that in case this market goes higher. We'll be watching to see whether we get good entries to the lower side, because I believe that the bears are not yet over. All right. Yep. Yes. So Euro card, sijaangalia because I do not trade it. The Great Britain pound against the Japanese yen, the Great Britain pound against the US dollar. Again, it was a bearish market, a very beautiful one. The first target was supposed to be here, but due to the let me see. But due to what we're expecting from the Great Britain pound, I believe this was a long-term sell, and so I did take. Let me see. Yeah. So this is how it looks in a weekly chart. Last time we were targeting around here. You can see that I had some trades previously that never performed as expected here, and so when I got into this market, I was expecting that itakuja ifike ile place nilikuwa na target previously. Let me see. So again, my take profit is very high. This is my opinion, Sheila. The market might reverse where we are at, so
you close the trade.
Yeah, so that is why it is important for me to trail stop loss. Sometimes I take profits, sometimes I let them run, sometimes I just wait to see what happens. It depends. But on this currency pair, I'll be waiting to see whether it makes lower lows and reach at least my take profit before it retraces, so that I can get more position or close the current positions that are open. Yes, but it's been a long wait since I was not able to capture some of these trades, especially from here. So these would have been beautiful trade kama mtu alicapture from up here.
Yeah,
but you see many people tunatoleangwa na patience, because ukiingia hapa wana ina stagnate hapa, utafikiria maybe na reverse ama the bulls are taking over, so you will get out early.
Yeah,
which is understandable. It happens to all of us. To most of us, if I may say. Yeah. But again, so in this area, I was anticipating that once the gapping is over and this area doesn't breach the upper side, then I was just waiting for a confirmation to see that whether it starts going down. And by the time I realized it was a number of pips away, but I still did manage to capture it. I'm not a big trader of the GJ, but yeah, GJ is a good currency. I avoid I avoid Japanese yen currencies because when I started trading, zilinimekia losses kadhaa, like big good losses.
PTSD.
So so Great Britain pound against the USD. Again, PIO, it has been a bearish market for quite some time. That is a weekly chart. So in a daily time frame, this is how it looks. You can see it's been a bearish market, however, forming a channel. And so we did anticipate this sell, which never happened to the low. It never reached to our destination, our expected area. However, since it never breached to the upper side, it meant that this guy is still in control. And so during the war, I was not able to capture these. But again, since it held above, we're looking to see whether it will make lower lows and even challenge where this week where it happened, and so I was able to capture these, and later it never performed to the upper side and went lower. So we were able to capture again these pips. And so for today, I'll be watching to see what happens. Again, I'm anticipating, being a new week, I'm anticipating to see some quite of retracement before we come back right in to challenge this area. So my advice on the GU is I'll stay out of it, especially because now I do not have an active trade on that currency pair. It's already hit my take profit this morning again. So I'll be watching to see, but I'll be holding. I'm very positive that it will be a good sell, but I'm anticipating a quite some retracement and maybe even above this area. So I'll be anticipating to see that, and then maybe we can move forward. We can march forward and go lower. USD card Sheila. Sijui kama ndo tulikuwa tunaongea, but if you can remember, we were looking at a consolidation area. Na nikakwambia there is a higher chance that this might be a fake out. You remember? Yeah, and that is what exactly happened. Ilikuja na reject price and it came right back in. I never captured that because I wasn't interested in this currency pair. Sometimes hata ni equity, sometimes I also nakipiga hesabu naona ile pesa niko nayo siwezi risk all those trades, so I have some trades that I think they are good, but siwezi trade all of them. So I was left out on this. I'm not regretting because I'm not a bigger I'm not into this specific currency pair. But as you can see, it did manage to come back right in, and so we are still in the consolidation area. I believe we'll be waiting to see how this performs, but in the long run, this for me is a bullish market, so that if I was to trade this currency pair, I think I would get in right now, anticipating to make higher highs. Let me expound on that. First of all, we've been able to, this market did get this market ilifika hapa. Lastly, this is the lower low that we can see from this weekly chart, right? Sheila, hello.
Juma.
Yes. Ulikuwa umeenda wapi? Sheila. Sheila.
Juma.
Unanisikia?
Yeah, I can hear you. Pole. Nilikuwa naongea na Mali kwa simu.
Oh. So, so let me explain this a little bit according to how I understand it myself. So we did get a market reversal around here. Now it is a weekly chart, and it was unable to make higher highs. However, even the bears were unable to push this area, were unable to push this price lower to challenge the previous low, and they held above. So as we speak, we are holding above this area. We are holding above this area, and that means that this guy is still in control. The one who pushed the buys here is still in control. I'm trying to explain in layman's language the way I understand. And so once it did reach, it did push above, and it held above in a weekly chart. It can hold above this area for quite some time. Forming candlesticks which are not wicks. And later, it kurudi chini and never made it low. If you were to draw a trend line here, the trend line would cut across this area and this area.
Yes.
Meaning we are holding above that area. And as long as we are above that trend line, that the imaginary trend line that I'm talking about, then it means that this market is controlled by the bulls. Now, our big question is, will they be able to bridge this area to the upper side? Because if they do, then it means this is a bullish market in the long run. But as at now, we can still confirm that we are holding above, meaning we're in the buyer's territory. Just look at this. From here to here, it never went low, meaning we are still in the buyer's territory, right? And so for quite some time, we've been able to consolidate. We've been able to get this consolidation area or range for that matter. And so having formed this range, we did get the first push, but the buyers were not ready to buy at that high price because, I mean, waliangalia market wakasema, I mean, the price is already high. Why should I buy these? And so it came right back in and even gave them a discount from the consolidation area. So the best place would have been to buy here. But because most of us maybe were left out buying at this area, then I believe this is the second best area to buy, where it has given us a discount again, preparing for buys. Another scenario would be, I think it will just go, if it goes low, it will go a little bit low, not that much. But again, we'll be waiting to see, because there are also chances with the news and everything that is happening that this market reverses and becomes a sell. However, that is very unlikely. This market is a bullish market in the long run, if you ask me. And so this is the second best time to get into the market. However, I'll be using risk management if I do get into this trade. And once I do, I'll be waiting to make higher highs. As you can see, we are here. So our first target will be around this consolidation area that happened previously. And this will be my first take profit here after a very long time. So these are a good long-term trade, but I'll be watching out to see how it performs. So unless you have a different opinion, a different view on that, it is allowed. That is my opinion on that currency pair.
Same page.
Good. So I should take through the other ones.
Ni gani imebaki? Fungua NZD. I think I trade that one.
Nianze na current na chart gani?
Anza na weekly. Tuone where it's at in the long run. Okay. Take over consolidation area. Something. Chuma, so nani sasa nijiongeleshe.
Niko hapa. Sinangoja nione hiyo consolidation iko wapi.
Like consolidation, but sioni ikipita haikupita the nini. This okay. But the previous lowest nini penyuleka the last year for this box haikupita, so ikuenda lower. And then this one,
unajua kuannotate?
sijui kuannotate.
Unatumia lapi ama simu?
Lapi.
Kama unatumia lapi, is it just go to the menu? Naona hiyo menu ya Zoom.
There's the menu. Yenye nasema view options ama?
Yenye iko na mute, start video, security, participants, chat. Hapo mali una open hiki chat, siko na hiyo vitu nyingi hapo hivi.
Yeah, this is me.
Nimejua, nimeona. Umeona annotate.
Yeah, so nasema haikupita this area yenye nimemark hapo. Haiko go lower than that. So iko in a hold above, so the bulls are in control of this market. Yes. In the long run. So pale iko saa hii, is it like a retracement? Will it go lower where it didn't? Lakini ilipita kidogo actually. So maybe it might. Jupia hii momentum ya nini ya sellers, it was a good one. And hii inaweza kuwa tu ni retracement. It might go lower again. Or it remain within this area. I don't know.
So see, I'm trying to reason with you because I mean kiangalia hii chart first of all. Kama we are in a bullish market.
Yes.
The reason being, tulianza hapa hivi. From here, we've been on the rise. And since then, we've been holding above. So this became our new support area after we did breach this area to the downside. After tumetoa hii kama support area tukanini, this became our new support area.
Yeah.
And so this being the support area, we never breached it to the downside.
Yeah.
Area took we breach to the downside.
Yeah.
Because we can extend this area, this to be a bit bigger, to be a bigger region, you see.
Oh yeah,
Haikupita. And again, remember this momentum was caused during the war.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Remember? And so for that matter, I still believe you're holding above. Come to the other side. This is not very important, but we can also take some few notes on this to hold on the higher side, not on the lower side of this area. That was a very strong resistance area. Tuko pamoja hadi hapo. That is my opinion. So so we have agreed that on a weekly chart we are in a buyer's territory, right?
Yes.
So in a daily time frame, it looks like a bear market, right? Because what we can see is that from here it's been on the low and it is holding below this area as at now as we speak.
Yeah.
But again, it is holding above the resistance area that happened before. This is a daily time frame. It is holding above this area, and that means that this buyer from here has taken out this seller because he's holding above. Sijui kama make sense.
Makes sense.
So if it is holding above this area to the lower, because it's already breached this area to the upper side, then for me nikienda kwa lower time frames now, what I see is a good buy that has happened in 4 hours chart. Unaona?
Yeah.
And so I'm anticipating for it to make higher highs actually. You see, in 1 hour, it's a very big movement.
Yeah.
But if you look at it in 4 hours, it may not give you a clear indication because the market imekuwa itatupatia nini poa, but look at it in a daily time frame. This is how it looks. We are holding above this area. And as long as we are holding above this area, then I think we're in a bias. The bias are still very strong. So what we'll be looking at is a good retracement before we get in back, because this journey has already begun. That is what I'm seeing. But again, yes, I am. And I'll be, this is my target, actually. This area. So for today, I'm sure I'll maybe I might close this trade in a lower amount than it is already, but I'll be looking to add more positions so that I get more buys in this currency pair. Sijui kama na make sense. Hello, Sheila. Hello. Sheila. Sheila. So
you were saying,
like I said, I'm anticipating that this currency market will be will be buying will be a bullish market in the long run. That is what I'm anticipating. However, doesn't mean I'm correct, so we'll be watching to see how that performs. But I'm anticipating
making like lower lows, Juma. But hata kama ijapita hii previous support area. Ama ni just one long retracement from this bullish thing. Okay, yeah. Let's just wait and see.
Yeah. Let's wait and see, because for me naona kama it's kind of strong. I think the kiwi is kind of strong.
It
is strong or it's weak, whatever. Yeah, I think for me, I think for quite some time I've been trading the kiwi and the gold as one.
They
and
work
you see
together.
gold, yeah, somehow, not always, but a lot of time. And as you can and if you look at these specific specific metal, unaona imekuwa ikibuy. Actually mi nilibuy nikafika hapa na ika continue, because me I was looking at this in 1 hour, nikasema this kind of opportunity. I got in. Kwanza ikani disappoint by taking very long, because ilikuja ika perform, then it went down. I got in back again targeting this area, ikakuja ika take profit, but ikanipita bado. I was like, fuck, these are a lot of pips, you see. But again, that is how these markets work. I'm glad that it happened, because sahi ningekuwa nasema ningekuwa nalitokea huku. Anyway, for me, for the longest time, I think I've been trading kiwi and gold like one, and it works for me. However, zikireverse unapatanga sometimes zina reverse pamoja, which is not good. But anticipating that gold will make higher highs. Let me see if, yeah, anticipating that gold will make higher high and probably challenge the highest that we've had for a long time. Actually, this was the higher high that was formed lately, or whatever. So once this I think will be our new target for gold, and even maybe make higher highs. But once tunafika hapa we will watch and see what happens. So for me, I'm out of the gold market. I'm looking at a retracement kinda before I get in back to the market, form a double top maybe, or even push the market higher. So for gold market, I'm a little bit out for now. I'll just be watching to see how that performs. Oil has been on the rise. I was able to capture that as well. I love oil because oil is one thing that naweza trade inimekie pesa ya mwezi.
Yeah, oil ili gap tena.
Yeah, it did actually. That was like a plus for me. So actually, I'm thinking of closing it. No, look at that.
Yeah.
It's quite big. So yeah. So I think though kwa broker wangu inaonyeshana hivi. Kwa broker wangu inaonyeshana hii gapping kwa 1 hour hapa.
Oh.
Unaona?
Yeah.
So I think that is it.
Hebu angalia GA before we leave.
Who trades that?
I look at it sometimes.
It's quite a good setup. After I breach this area to the downside, tulikuwa tuna anticipate to a sell. That is what exactly happened for days. Angalia, cheki, this is day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, day 5, day 6, day 7, day 8, day 9. So you become a millionaire if you had a good size. Wow, it's quite a movement in 1 hour.
Reset your chart.
Yeah, reset. Itakuwa tu hivyo.
Yeah. Oh,
wow. Quite a good movement, I think. So nataka tufanye analysis on this. I think I'm late on this because naona iko kwa support area, naona hapa na hapa.
Yeah.
So kuna chances za momentum fulani itokea ya on the opposite side. Hapa upate maybe ita retrace kidogo before you get back in, but I believe in the long run this will be a sell, considering that the Great Britain pound imekuwa pairs zimekuwa zikisell. I think itakuwa ina sell pia.
All right, is that it for the day?
Yeah, I think that is it. We'll be looking to see zenye tumesema ziko pending, zenye mimi nimebakisha nitakuwa na add positions pia. See how that goes. So we can call it a day.
Yes. Alafu, I will stop recording.